Travel back to the golden age of Hollywood, a time when the silver screen was ruled by the most iconic cowboy of them all, a beloved hero who captured the hearts and imaginations of millions. Step into the world of his larger-than-life adventures and uncover the surprising, bittersweet story behind his cherished museum. Once a proud monument to his enduring legacy, it stood as a testament to his influence on cinema and culture. Over time, however, the museum quietly faded into the shadows, leaving only memories of its glory days and raising questions about how such a treasured piece of history could drift away into obscurity. The legacy of Roy Rogers. Have you ever wondered what led to the closure of one of America's most beloved cultural institutions, the Roy Rogers Museum? For decades, this iconic museum stood as a testament to the enduring legacy of Roy Rogers, the king of the Cowboys, and his loyal horse, Trigger. It was more than just a collection of memorabilia. It was a celebration of a bygone era when the spirit of the Wild West captured the imagination of millions through Hollywood's golden age. Visitors traveled from all corners of the world to immerse themselves in the rich history of Western Americana, marveling at treasures that chronicled the life, career, and values of one of Hollywood's most celebrated cowboy stars. Yet, despite its undeniable charm and historical importance, the Roy Rogers Museum eventually faced a fate that few would have predicted. What caused this cultural landmark to close its doors for good? Was it a reflection of changing times, shifting tastes, or perhaps a deeper struggle to keep history alive in the face of modern challenges? In this article, we'll take an in-depth look at the museum's remarkable rise and eventual fall, exploring the compelling reasons behind its decline and closure. Along the way, we'll uncover important lessons about the value of preserving our shared cultural heritage and the obstacles that even the most treasured institutions must overcome in a constantly changing world. Roy Rogers, a cultural icon. Roy Rogers, born Leonard Franklin Sly on November 5, 1911, in Cincinnati, Ohio, was not just a Hollywood icon. He became an enduring symbol of American culture and its deep-rooted affection for the Wild West. Rising to fame during Hollywood's golden age, Rogers captivated audiences with his effortless cowboy charisma, starring in over 100 films and earning a reputation as the King of the Cowboys. His legendary status wasn't limited to the big screen. His popularity soared further with the hit television series The Roy Rogers Show, which aired from 1951 to 1957, bringing his Western adventures directly into millions of living rooms and solidifying his place in American pop culture. A multifaceted talent, Roy Rogers was also a gifted singer and musician whose influence extended far beyond his acting career. He gained early acclaim as a founding member of the iconic Western music group, the Sons of the Pioneers. The group's harmonious sound became synonymous with the American frontier, capturing the essence of Western life and its rich musical tradition. Together, they contributed timeless classics that defined the Western genre, such as Tumbling Tumbleweeds and Cool Water, which remain beloved by fans today. Rogers' musical career helped shape the soundscape of Americana, intertwining the rhythms and melodies of the Western genre with the broader tapestry of American music. His voice, often accompanied by the lush harmonies of the Sons of the Pioneers, resonated with audiences and became an integral part of his persona. The combination of his acting and musical talents further endeared him to fans, cementing his place as one of the most cherished figures in Western entertainment. Through his songs and performances, Rogers not only entertained but also contributed to the cultural identity of the American West, leaving a lasting legacy in both film and music. In his personal life, Roy Rogers shared a deep and lasting partnership with his wife and frequent co-star Dale Evans. Together, they became a shining example of family-friendly entertainment, embodying ideals of integrity, resilience, and and the rugged charm of the American West. Their on-screen chemistry mirrored their real-life love story, creating a bond that resonated with fans. As a couple, they represented the values of a simpler, more virtuous time in American history, where family, honor, and perseverance were central themes. Rogers' legacy as an entertainer extends far beyond his roles in film and television. His influence shaped the Western genre and helped define the ideals of heroism, loyalty, and the spirit of the frontier. Through his work and personal life, Rogers became a symbol of hope and resilience, leaving an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the hearts of fans. His enduring legacy is not only seen in his iconic cowboy persona, but also in the lasting impact of the values he represented, which continue to inspire new generations. Establishing the Roy Rogers Museum to honor Roy Rogers' enduring legacy, the Roy Rogers Dale Evans Museum was founded in 1967 in Apple Valley, California. The museum became a treasure trove of Western history, showcasing an extensive collection of personal artifacts, costumes, film props, awards, and items belonging to both Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. Among the most beloved exhibits were Trigger, Rogers' famous golden Palomino horse, and Bullet, the loyal German shepherd who often appeared alongside him in films and TV shows. Both animals were preserved through taxidermy and became iconic symbols of the couple's legendary partnership, drawing countless fans who had admired them from afar. The museum also showcased a wide array of exhibits that reflected the rich legacy of Roy Rogers and Dale Evans in the entertainment world. Visitors were able to marvel at Rogers' collection of firearms, saddles, and an impressive array of memorabilia from his extensive career. Among these were cherished fan letters, photographs, and promotional materials that chronicled his rise to fame and enduring influence. The exhibits highlighted not only Rogers' iconic career, but also the lasting bond he shared with his fans. The museum served as a poignant reminder of the cultural impact Rogers and Evans had on American entertainment. It provided a space where fans could celebrate the timeless appeal of the cowboy hero and his beloved co-star, Dale Evans. For decades, the museum stood as a living tribute to the values of family, adventure, and the American spirit that Rogers embodied. It celebrated a simpler, more virtuous time, offering visitors a nostalgic glimpse into the world of Westerns and the enduring legacy of two of Hollywood's most beloved figures. Early success and challenges. In its early years, the Roy Rogers Dale Evans Museum flourished as a vibrant tribute to Western culture, drawing families, Western enthusiasts, and tourists from all over. Situated in Apple Valley, California, a region that evokes the rugged beauty and timeless appeal of the American frontier, the museum was perfectly positioned to celebrate the cowboy spirit that Roy Rogers and Dale Evans had come to embody. It became a cherished destination for those eager to experience the legacy of Hollywood's cowboy icons, with its extensive collection of memorabilia, animal exhibits, and personal items offering a glimpse into the lives of the beloved duo. However, as the decades passed, the museum began facing mounting challenges. Shifting demographics, evolving tastes, and a significant change in popular culture contributed to a gradual decline in visitor numbers. The popularity of Westerns, once a staple of American cinema and television, began to wane, leading to a decrease in interest in the museum's offerings. The rise of new entertainment genres and the changing media landscape further distanced the cowboy genre from contemporary audiences. By the late 1980s, it became increasingly evident that the museum's location in Apple Valley, while picturesque and rich in Western history, was no longer as accessible or attractive as it had once been to a broader audience. As a result, the museum's attendance began to falter, and despite efforts to revitalize its appeal, the challenges of maintaining such a niche institution in a changing world proved too great. Despite this, the museum's role in preserving the legacy of Roy Rogers and Dale Evans remains an important part of their cultural footprint, even as it struggled to adapt to the shifting tides of popular culture. The move to Branson, Missouri, in 2003, in an effort to reinvigorate the museum's appeal and attract a broader audience, the Roy Rogers Dale Evans Museum relocated to Branson, Missouri. Branson, known for its vibrant tourism industry and family-friendly attractions, seemed like an ideal new home for the museum. The city's bustling entertainment scene, which drew millions of visitors annually, provided the perfect opportunity to reconnect with fans and introduce the legacy of Rogers and Evans to a fresh audience. For a time, the move appeared to be a success, with the museum experiencing a renewed surge in visitors as vacationers flocked to explore its collection. However, this resurgence proved to be short-lived. Despite the initial increase in foot traffic, the museum struggled to maintain its momentum. The competitive nature of Branson's entertainment scene, combined with the increasingly niche appeal of the Western genre, meant that the museum faced constant challenges in standing out. While the exhibits continued to attract some fans, the broader cultural shift away from Westerns and the passage of time meant that the museum's relevance began to wane once more. Ultimately, the museum's second chapter in Branson could not sustain the long-term success it had hoped for, and by 2009, the decision was made to close its doors for good. Declining relevance and audience. One of the primary reasons for the Roy Rogers Dale Evans Museum's eventual closure was the aging of its core audience. The generation that had grown up watching Roy Rogers films and TV shows, and who held a deep emotional connection to the cowboy icon, was slowly diminishing. As the years passed, this fan base naturally aged, and younger generations who had no first-hand experience of Rogers' era lacked the same attachment to his legacy. The cultural shift away from Westerns and the rise of new forms of entertainment further deepened this generational gap. Additionally, the growing dominance of digital entertainment played a significant role in the museum's decline. As interactive and technologically advanced attractions became the new standard, museums like the Roy Rogers Museum, which relied primarily on static displays and traditional exhibits, found it increasingly difficult to compete. Younger audiences, accustomed to dynamic, immersive experiences such as video games, virtual reality, and cutting-edge exhibits, were less drawn to the passive nature of a museum that showcased physical artifacts and memorabilia. The evolution of entertainment toward more engaging, participatory formats left institutions like the Roy Rogers Museum struggling to attract visitors in a landscape where experiential and digitally enhanced attractions were becoming the norm. Financial struggles. Financial difficulties were another key factor in the eventual closure of the Roy Rogers Dale Evans Museum. Maintaining the extensive collection of memorabilia, including rare artifacts, taxidermied animals, and historical items, required significant resources. The museum's operational costs, such as preservation, insurance, staff, and facility upkeep, became increasingly difficult to manage as ticket sales continued to decline. Despite various efforts to modernize the exhibits and attract a new generation of visitors, the museum found itself unable to keep up with the rising financial demands. The mounting challenges, including the changing cultural landscape and the increasing competition from more technologically advanced attractions, created an unsustainable situation for the museum. As revenue dwindled, it became clear that the museum could not continue to operate without compromising its mission or quality. In 2009, after years of declining visitor numbers and growing financial strain, the Rogers family made the heart-wrenching decision to close the museum permanently, bringing an end to a cherished institution that had once celebrated the legacy of one of America's most beloved cowboy stars. The aftermath of closure. The closure marked the end of an era, but it also raised important questions about the preservation of cultural history. While some of the museum's artifacts were auctioned off to private collectors, others were acquired by institutions dedicated to preserving Western heritage. For fans of Roy Rogers, the dissolution of the museum was bittersweet. On one hand, it symbolized the fading relevance of a once-beloved icon. On the other hand, it underscored the importance of finding new ways to keep such legacies alive. Lessons learned. The story of the Roy Rogers Museum offers important lessons for the future of museums and historical preservation, particularly in an era of rapid cultural and technological change. One key lesson is the need for museums to be adaptable and innovative, ensuring they stay relevant in an ever-evolving entertainment landscape. As audience expectations shift, museums must find ways to incorporate modern technology, such as interactive exhibits, virtual tours, and immersive experiences, to better engage visitors, particularly younger generations accustomed to more dynamic forms of entertainment. Moreover, the Roy Rogers Museum's closure underscores the importance of securing sustainable funding and broadening appeal to diverse demographics. While a museum may be built around a specific cultural or historical figure, it must also find ways to attract a wider audience by diversifying its offerings and making the experience accessible and appealing to various age groups and interests. Developing programs that resonate with contemporary cultural trends while still honoring the past can help ensure the long-term viability of such institutions. Ultimately, the Roy Rogers Museum's rise and fall serve as a cautionary tale about the challenges faced by museums that fail to evolve with the times. The ability to blend tradition with innovation is crucial in preserving the legacy of cultural icons and ensuring that their stories continue to inspire future generations. The enduring legacy of Roy Rogers. For those who cherish the Roy Rogers Museum, its closure serves as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of cultural icons. The museum, once a physical space that celebrated the life and legacy of Roy Rogers, may no longer exist, but its impact endures in the memories of those who experienced it and in the timeless works of the Cowboy star himself. His films, music, and enduring presence in the hearts of millions of fans around the world continue to keep his spirit alive. While the museum may have closed its doors, Roy Rogers' influence stretches far beyond the confines of any single institution. His films remain a staple of Western cinema. His music continues to echo in the annals of Americana, and his legacy as a symbol of integrity, resilience, and the American frontier remains as strong as ever. The King of the Cowboys continues to inspire new generations of fans, ensuring that his story and his values are passed down to those who may never have experienced his heyday, but can still connect with the timeless qualities he represented. In many ways, the closure of the museum may have marked the end of an era, but the legacy of Roy Rogers will forever endure in the hearts of those who continue to celebrate his contributions to American culture. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and closure of the Roy Rogers Museum, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories about cultural icons and the legacies they leave behind. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on all our future content, where we explore the lives and lasting impacts of legendary figures from entertainment, history, and beyond. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.